It's me, the D-O-double-G. Welcome to the Eden Army Podcast with your host tonight, Pete Robert Tucci.
Let's go, Eden Army. Guys, thanks for being here. It's getting close to turkey time, so I hope you guys are excited about that. I'm not sure. I hear a big echo in my ear, so if I'm echoing, you guys tell me. I'm not sure there's anything I can do about it, but maybe it's just on my end. But let's see who's in the house over there on Kick. We got Larry's in the house. Chime in if you're on any of the other platforms, guys, so I can recognize you over there in Facebook land and YouTube land. Larry, Terry, Guy, Mama Teresa's over there. Haven't seen EA Army yet. Good. No echo. Opie, good to see you. Larry, everybody. Good deal. There's EA1. I was starting to get worried about you for a little bit, sweetie. Apocalyptic Prepper. I switched to Kick. No echo there. Perfect. Guys, we do have a good show tonight. A lot going on in the world. We're going to talk about some recent events, not only outside in the world, but also here at the homestead. We got a lot going on. I don't know if you guys noticed the new logo, but we are launching a new company on January 1st called Eden Army Productions, LLC. And that should give you an idea of what's coming in the future or what the plans are. I want to have everything set up prior to seeing if these plans actually come to fruition. So a lot of good stuff going on. Hey, Meta, good to see you. We're going to talk about the Eden 2.0 get together tonight. We're also going to talk about Marjorie Taylor Greene is going off on Congress. We're going to talk about how she's warned them. And I told you that the liberals are going to start pushing for a civil war in this country. They're going to start pushing for civil unrest. And scouring through the internet, we're going to talk about that also. Also, what's changed in the world, not just here in the United States, but what's changed in the world when it was announced that Trump is going to be elected. So, but first, normally I do this at the end of the show, only on Kick, but this was so good. Russ found this Eden Extra that was so good. It's a little bit long. It's about 2 minutes, but I think you guys are going to enjoy it, and I wanted everybody to make sure they saw that. So run that thing.
How has the election made you feel on a scale from 1 to 10, with 10 being
Nazi.
My name is Dr. Nick Peterson, and I specialize in those suffering from TDS, Trump Derangement Syndrome. Hello, I'm Dr. Peterson. How are you? Well, Donald Trump is a felon. Nope. I asked how you were doing. The majority of Americans can mentally handle election results on both sides of the aisle. However, there's this small, albeit growing, group of, I don't want to say Americans, but people that are just disconnected from reality. Fascist. And honestly, it makes diagnosing these people a whole lot easier. I just check their social media. Gone are the days when you just search your symptoms on WebMD at home by yourself. Now they record their symptoms and post them for the world to see. The haircut is also a dead giveaway. So, what brings you in today? Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's the orange democracy-destroying, Putin-loving dictator. All right, so mental illness. They are completely blind to the fact that their absurd actions and ideologies were a big factor in their party's loss. Let me ask you this. Do you even know what a democracy is? Follow-up question. Do you know how Kamala Harris became the nominee? I know you're a deplorable Nazi fascist bigot. Okay, neat. Turns out that calling half the country Nazis for 4 years was not a winning strategy. And yet somehow, not even Cardi B could save him. Do you realize what I'm going through? Yep, delusions. I am losing my right to vote? What? Where are you getting your information? Whoopi Goldberg? Well, what's the remedy, you might be wondering? Well, if you ask me, it's a history lesson in Jesus, but the pharmacy doesn't offer those. I prescribe them a brain, and I send them to trybrain.com for more information. Well, I'll show you. I'm moving to Canada.
That'd be great.
And I'll be shaving my head.
Oh, no.
And one last thing, I'm going on a sex strike. Your loss. Oh no!
Oh
That
no!
that pretty much sums it up. What do you think, Russ?
Oh, absolutely, man. When I saw that, all I said, I was sitting on the porch having a cigarette. I saw it. I told Teresa, I said, I have to send this to Pete.
Oh,
Oh,
Corey,
no.
welcome to the chat, my brother. Mama's in the house too.
I
Guys,
see that.
like I said, we do have a lot of stuff to talk about, so I'll try not to keep us too late tonight. But first thing on the agenda is don't forget we have that Ruck March, right, Russ? That's the
Yep.
beginning of February. And what we're going to do is we're going to do those 6 miles going from Juniper Springs to Hidden Pond. So if you're not putting your pack on and walking a little bit, you got time. So let's get that done. So that's going to be somewhere around, I think, February 30th
No, it's
or
February
January 30th
30th,
to February
1st, and
1st, something like that.
February 2nd, something like that.
Whatever
the
that
thing-
first
Yep.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is going into February.
The thing is, folks, if you bring what you want, but you carry what you bring.
Yeah, and
You know?
and like I said, it's an easy hike, but if you haven't worn your pack for 5-6 miles, you're gonna understand the do's and don'ts and what hurts and what doesn't over those 6 miles. So it'll be a good refresher for everybody. So
Absolutely.
I can't
And
wait
over in-
for that.
Over in chat, Patrick, I don't know if you caught the Eden Army Extra, but we'll play it again at the end of the show, just because it's so good.
Yeah, it was really good. So we're going right from the Ruck March, and then we're going to go to the
Back to Eden,
Eden
2.0.
Yeah. So and you got some news about that, right?
I do,
Russ?
right? Yep, I sure do. So, guys, here's the T-shirts that we've come up with, and hopefully you guys can see them okay. We went with the lighter color instead of the black, because I know a majority of the folks that'll be there are from states to where it's extremely hot in the summer, for example, Florida. The event's dates will be the 21st to the 23rd at Pete's Place. If you don't know where that is, when you sign up and say you're coming, we will send you the address. T-shirts for small through extra large are only $15 a piece. Anything 2X and above is $17. And you can email me at russellsawyer@myyahoo.com. We got to have payment in full, guys. We're only going to do pre-order, prepay. That way we don't have a ton of extras of these. So if you're wanting one, get with us and we'll go from there.
Yeah, and we need a head count too, guys, so we can set up food and see how many portalets and stuff like that we have to get. So make sure you
Absolutely.
get a hold of Russ or myself and tell us if you're for sure going to be there. Don't do it in chat here because
Yeah, we're not going to be able to keep up with it.
yeah, I can't keep it. So message us, and that way I can get everything lined up, right, Russ?
Absolutely.
So very, very cool. So what are some of the things that changes since Trump got elected?
Well, I mean, aside from, well, that hadn't really changed. The left is still exploding. But I will say there was one thing that I found comical on The View of all places. What's her name? Sunny made a comment. And then the next thing you know, Miss Whoopi goes, "Oh, hold on. The producers need you to read this." And it was a statement saying that she had put out misinformation, and she sat there like she was reading something and she was being held hostage. It was absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, and she looked like she was completely deadpan face. She was just
Oh,
like it was so terrible. Patrick Seven, did you see on the news today that it was leaked out that the Biden administration is loosening up the border for the next few months to try to get more illegal immigrants to come in?
Yep, I saw on there that there was a huge caravan coming in, but then you have Canada tightening their borders.
Yeah, funny thing. So what ended up happening was, well, and we'll play that here in a second, but a complete 180 from Canada's leftist views. And I've got two theories on that, Russ. We'll talk about it after the video. Go ahead and pop it.
Oh, wrong one. I
I
think.
gotcha.
You know, if we changed up our script, guys, we were going with the flow. What can you do?
Immigration. Let's talk about it. In the last 2 years, our population has grown really fast, like baby boom fast. And increasingly, bad actors like fake colleges and big chain corporations have been exploiting our immigration system for their own interests. So we're doing something major. We're reducing the numbers of immigrants that will come to Canada for the next 3 years. There are two kinds of immigration in Canada. The one you probably think of most is permanent immigration, like when families come to Canada to settle and call it home. Every year, the government determines the right number of permanent residents that we want to admit. That's how it's been done for decades. But a plan that only talks about permanent immigration misses the other pathway, temporary immigration. Temporary residents are people who come to Canada for a limited time, like international students, temporary workers, and so on. They come to work a job or go to school. When the job is done or when they finish their degree, most return home. Some apply to stay as permanent residents, but most return home. Some temporary residents may turn to our asylum system when their visa expires as a shortcut to stay in Canada. Those claims will be analyzed and processed, and if their claim fails, they'll be sent home.
Yeah, and I think Patrick nailed it over there. I
Absolutely.
think that the Canadians don't want these leftist psychopaths that are fleeing the country because the orange man got elected, that they're tightening up their border. So I think you're spot on. And I think they're also realizing that, guess what? This immigration hasn't worked for Europe. It's not going to work for the United States or Canada either.
Exactly. And while Canada is left leaning, they don't want the problems from the left that we are having.
Yeah, they don't want all the problems associated with those psychopaths. They don't,
Exactly.
they want people that are going to come there and actually give more to the country than they are going to take. So,
Which is
yeah,
all we want.
well,
Which is all we want.
exactly. So yeah, Patrick, I think you're spot on with that. What else has taken place? Oh, the Hamas leaders decided they were going to leave Qatar and go over to Turkey. So that's important. That's an important announcement, Russ, because as you know, Turkey's a member of NATO,
Yeah.
meaning that if Israel outrightly attacks Hamas within Turkey, NATO is going to have to respond per Article
Exactly.
7, I believe, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
And
NATO
I mean,
has an obligation.
I've been to Turkey twice, and I absolutely love the country. But since about 2006, 7, it has really gone downhill. You used to be able to go down into the local area, into the what we call the alley, but right now they're all confined to base. To this day, still. And
Yeah. Mhm. Well, I mean, it's a Muslim country,
mhm.
obviously, and there are a lot of radical Islamists there. So they want to kind of fortify the American troops that are there. Now, remember, the populace in Turkey was awfully pissed off for a lot of years because American troops are even on their soil, right?
Oh
So,
yeah,
speaking of Israel and what's going on over there, did you see that International Criminal Court put an arrest warrant out for Benjamin Netanyahu, as
yeah,
well as some of the Hamas leaders?
I did see that. I mean, the only thing positive out of that is at least they went to both sides instead of
Yeah,
just one.
exactly.
That's the only positive out of it. Other than that, I think it's bullshit.
Yeah, I think you're right, and I think they have no intentions of arresting anybody from Hamas or even. I think we
It's,
know what this is. The
yeah,
ICC's always been anti-Semitic, as well as the UN. We know that. Look at how many terrorists have been killed that have been working for the UN within the Gazan borders. Give me a friggin'
exactly.
break. Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
So
so the big news.
the
Go ahead.
yeah, that's what I was to say. The big news, man. What's your take on this this whole Russian ICBM getting launched.
So let's clarify a few things. First, Russia did launch an experimented IRBM, in the regional ballistic missile, which is the RS-26. They call it the Rubesh missile or something like that. It does have the same type of cargo.
Yep.
Can be nuclear, can be kinetic, can be traditional. But here's the deal: we were notified of that launch just prior to it going up, because since it did reach such a high altitude, they had to inform us or else we would have retaliated. So they went through the proper channels. They call it the nuclear risk reduction channels. And look, I feel like this is all posturing before the elections. Listen, they bring in the North Koreans. So we say, okay, you can use our long range missiles. They say, okay, we're going to throw up this RS-26. We say, okay, we're going to throw some carriers into the Pacific so we can. It's all posturing, and none of this is going to go away until. When do you think it's going to go away?
January 20th.
January 20th. It'll all go away by that time. Sure.
'Cause
Could it go sideways? Could it go sideways? Shit,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it could go sideways.
I
So I think
saw.
this is all pandering.
Yep, I saw something on there that Putin has already said he's willing to go to the negotiation table as long as Trump's doing the negotiating.
Of course, and the Dems will use that. Russ, they'll
Oh,
say,
yeah.
"Look, he's buddy." No. Everybody in this world knows Trump is fair, and he looks out for his people.
Yep.
I think they'll come to a fair negotiation, as well as, now. Look, if I was Hamas right now, and I was those people in Gaza, scared to death.
That'd be shitting Tiffany cup leaks right now.
Yeah, especially when Trump becomes privy to those videos for that shit that happened on October 7th. When he sees those videos, everything that we haven't been able to see, he's going to lose his friggin' mind and say, annihilate those scumbags. And he should.
As well he should.
What else?
So what do we got next?
Oh, let's talk about MTG.
Okay.
Let's talk about, so the Matt Gaetz was supposed to be the DOJ, head of the DOJ, the Attorney General, right?
Yep.
He has since today withdrawn the position, saying, look, this is too much controversy. It's taken away from the platform. It's basically just taking our eye off the ball. Let's go away. Plus, his ethics violation now is gone too, since he left Congress, right? So that helps. But MTG had an interesting thing that came out yesterday before Gates' announcement.
Yep.
She says, my Republican colleagues in the House and the Senate, if we're going to release ethics reports and rip apart our own Trump-appointed appointees, then let's put it all out there for America to see. All ethics reports and claims, including the ones I filed, all your sexual harassment and assault claims that are secretly settled by paying off victims with taxpayer money, by the way, the entire Jeffrey Epstein files, tapes, recording, witness interviews, but not just those. There's more. Epstein, this is what caught me, Russ. This is what caught me right here. The very specific wording. Epstein wasn't/isn't the only asset. She didn't say only pedophile. She didn't say only criminal. She didn't say any sex trafficker. Government officials use the term asset for a reason. And I think she included that in her tweet for a very specific reason. She says, if we're going to dance, let's all dance in the sunlight. I'll make sure we do.
Absolutely.
I was most intrigued by that term asset.
Yep. You and I had a pretty long discussion on that. And it does bring the question, who's next?
Who's next?
Who's next?
Who's on this P. Diddy stuff?
Well,
look, don't be surprised. He's not an asset too.
Yep. There's two known celebrities that have left the country. Tom Hanks and Ellen DeGeneres and her wife. They just left.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
But there's going to be more.
There's going to be a whole bunch more. Larry, that sounds good, brother. Come see us. If you're in the Orlando area, like you said, you're about an hour away. Come, we'll go have dinner. Let's see. I'm
That
just
would be
checking up
very
on.
cool. On chat over there.
Yeah, I'm looking at chat right now. See if anything popped up that we need to make everybody aware of. There you go. Will says he'd like to meet you too. Javi, I can't wait. Javi's going to come over for Thanksgiving. I cannot wait to see him. It's been so long. Let's see here.
Susie almost
to
forgot the
chat, boys and
podcast.
girls.
She's baking cookies.
Did you get a notification, Susie? I agree, Battle No. You know, that's the question. That's the question, Opie, right? Because he's not just, like I said, he's not just a serial child trafficker. He was stated as being an asset by a person in our federal government. That's a huge thing to throw out there, I think.
And I was just putting that one up. You know, federal governments have used honeypots and similar to trap people and turn them. No reason to think our government doesn't or has at least run a long-term op. Absolutely.
I agree. On the Facebook. Okay. Yep. So she got an email message for that. Lily D.
Yeah. So, you know, we've talked a lot about what's going on overseas. Stateside is getting nuts. I mean, the new border czar has come out and said, stay out of our way. You know, you read the Constitution. This is where we're legally bound to do. And then you got idiots like Gavin Newsom, the LA County, and the one that blows my mind the most is Denver Mayor Mike Johnson. He came out today
Go ahead.
and threatened, saying he would use Denver PD and volunteers from the community to use force against any federal agents that were coming in to grab illegal aliens.
Yeah. So that that kind of rhetoric, right? This is what we're talking about. And I made a note here on one of the sticky notes just before the podcast that the governor of Massachusetts, as well as the mayor of Boston, publicly stated they have no intentions to allow federal agents to deport anyone inside of their city and or state. So this is what we talk about. These are the little increments that are going to lead to a civil war. This is what's going to lead to little regional conflicts. And they're going to start out with their same Antifa thugs. They're going to hope Trump comes in with a heavy hand so then they have a reason to fight back. But look, don't just take my word for it. Let's see what the liberals have to say over here, Russ.
All righty.
I want to send a message to the Biden-Harris administration. If they see this, they see this. If other bigger creators make similar messages, that would be great. You asked us to mobilize. We mobilized. You asked us to volunteer. We volunteered in droves. You asked us to donate. We donated. Over $1 billion we donated. You asked us to fight. We fought. Now stop asking us to send more money, and the fight begins now, when you know damn well the fight is now in your hands, not ours. Stop showing us that you're going to play by the rules when you know very well that they're not playing by the rules. The rules have changed. You need to take action now. If you voluntarily turn this country over to the autocratic dictator and his clown show of an administration that he's been assembling, if you let democracy fall in this country, if you let millions of people die, and you know millions of people will die under that administration, then your legacy and the one thing you will be remembered for in history is allowing democracy to fall in the United States. The Biden-Harris administration will be known throughout history as the administration that let this country turn into an autocratic dictatorship, and you know we'll never get it back. If the options are dictatorship or civil war, we choose civil war. I choose civil war. Stop playing by the rules and do something.
From the best-selling author Franklin Horton comes this new installment in his borrowed world, Locker 9, Mad Mick Universe.
Willie grew up outside of Damascus, Virginia, and life was never easy for her. She's a hard-as-nails single mom who struggles to make ends meet with little support and few opportunities. She's also the community rescue mom, taking in young people with no other place to go. All this while dodging an ex-boyfriend turned stalker, who also happens to be a cop. Willie only made it to adulthood by being resilient. That toughness, combined with a series of odd jobs and side hustles, helps keep her unorthodox family afloat. All those qualities will be tested when a terror attack leaves the nation in an indefinite blackout, and life suddenly becomes even harder. On top of it, the conflict between Willie and her ex-boyfriend is escalating, and this time, neither of them is willing to back down.
Pre-order Willie Book 1 in the Defeated Creek series. Available on Amazon this November 27th. Get it now.
There you go.
Good old Franklin.
Oh, I don't see
Everybody's
you,
favorite
Russ.
hillbilly.
Take you out and bring you back in. There you are.
Everybody's favorite hillbilly.
Yep, there you go, guys. Pick up his new book. It's available for pre-order right now, but it'll physically come out on the 27th. Franklin's helped me out so much just with business aspects of writing and being an author and stuff like that. And he really took me under his wing, even at this last conference. So I certainly
Absolutely.
appreciate him for that.
And you know, speaking of hillbillies, and we need to give a shout out to Stephanie Johnson tonight and her new organization. And guys, if you missed the podcast last night over on Angry American Nation, they had Stephanie Johnson on, and her new charitable organization is Rebuilding Hollers Come Hell or High Waters. They are doing amazing things up there. They had their first snowfall today, and they are still in need. So go to the website, rebuildinghollers.com, and show Stephanie and her folks up there some love.
Very good. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, Will, we did comment a little bit about what's happening with Russia and Ukraine. I gave my opinion on it. I think it's political pandering. I think it's going to be a tit for tat until January 20th. I don't think we right now have anything to worry about. We were notified of the launch prior because it's protocol. It's I'm not too worried about it right now as it stands. But maybe, I don't know. Maybe we'll get nuked tomorrow. Who knows? Russ, after 3 months, after frigging 3 months of trying to get an affiliate link with My Patriot Supply,
Absolutely.
I finally frigging got one today just before the podcast. So,
Absolutely.
guys, if you're going to buy anything from My Patriot Supply, scan that QC, whatever code that is. And look, if you don't have your phone available, you can't scan that code, go to my website, PeteRobertucci.com, click on the affiliates link, and then go. They've got some pretty good deals. They got one right now that's a buy one, get one for like $30 or something that. So go to my website, click on the affiliate code. Doesn't cost you guys anything, but helps me pay for podcasts and stuff like that. So that all works out pretty good.
So speaking of podcasts and stuff like that, we're changing next week, right? Are we planning on doing that still?
Yeah, you want to do a Black Friday instead of a Thursday, obviously.
Yeah.
Is that what we're talking about? Yeah, so what we'll do, I'll put a notice out in case anything changes, but I think what we'll do is we'll do a Friday, and we'll try to find as many Black Friday deals as we can, especially the ones online, and just boom, throw them out there. Stuff that interests us. I don't care about slippers for little old ladies.
No, we're talking about stuff. We're going to look for stuff for preparedness and survival. PSA has some good deals going on. Their Black Friday's already started. Everybody's Black Friday is already started pretty much. Amazon's already got some deals out there, but the pickings on Amazon, as you and I have found, are a little slim. But that's kind of what. And guys out there in the audience, if you find something, let us know, and we'll put it out there. And
Yeah,
that's what we're going to
absolutely.
try and do. So,
Yeah. So let's talk about my plans for the future, guys. Come January 1st, we're going to launch Eden Army Productions LLC. What's that mean? What's that means nothing to you guys. It's no big deal. What it definitely is not going to mean. It's not going to mean that I'm going to take my eye off of writing. Okay, because that's my main goal as long as it's still fun. But what starting that corporation is going to allow me to do is bring some brand new writers into the Eden event. Let's bring them in. Let's see what their story is, whether it be from New Jersey or Montana. Let's see if they can wrap a story around the Eden event, and we'll do an entire series like that, much like the October Fall series that Boyd Craven Jr. does and stuff like that. So, didn't
that's very cool.
Bullshit says he's looking for EA stickers. I'll get you some. I'll bring you some. I had them at the Fallout event. I don't have any for sale on the website, but I usually have those in person, buddy. So yeah, so that's what Eden Army Productions LLC is going to start off with. We have other plans, but I don't even want to talk about them until I get further down the line. I haven't even told Russ. So
Nope.
yeah, you're right, Patrick. Patrick, you're right. Where's that at? Yeah, let's take back the DUP. Look, that should belong to Wisconsin. I don't care what all you Michigan people say. UP belongs to Wisconsin, and we need to write that in. One of you guys from Michigan, write that in, give it to Wisconsin.
Sounds
like
like a job. Sounds like a job for Patrick Seven.
Exactly.
So this one is interesting. I'm gonna pop this one up. Nick Meacher made an interesting comment. He had the chance to be in the room for 4 hours last evening with the former FEMA administrator that was a former Florida State emergency manager who came up with the Waffle House factor. So as long as Waffle House is open, guys, you know everything's going to be okay. So he recommended the book Nuclear War by Annie Jacobson. We'll be listening to it on the way to work tomorrow.
Yeah, and that's a FEMA administrator telling you to recommend a book. Probably want to read it. Did you know, Rusty? Did I tell you the story about who's the guy who wrote 1 second after or whatever 3 seconds?
Fortune.
Did you know? I know we might have talked about it offline, but did you know
We
how
did.
that book actually came about? Well, I'll tell everybody. So I
Yeah,
didn't
tell
know
everybody.
this.
You told me. So, and
Yeah.
I found that quite interesting.
Yeah, so I didn't I found this out at the authors convention in Vegas that how that book 1 second after finally came about because Fortune was friends with Newt Gingrich, right? Newt Gingrich was trying to get funding for the EMP commission. Before the EMP commission even started, he was trying to get funding for it. So he told his author buddy, who mostly wrote nonfiction, listen, I want you to write a fiction book, and this is what I want you to write it on. This thing called an EMP. And that's how that book came about, was the government was looking for funding to start an EMP commission. So Newt Gingrich went ahead and recruited his friend, wrote a book, scared the shit out of everybody. And then
And
guess what?
started all this.
Guess what? They got funding, and you got hillbillies from Umatilla writing books. You got fat Italian guys writing books. You got hillbillies from Virginia writing books. We got all kinds of stuff going on. So,
Absolutely.
Lord.
Public. Hey, that's why a lot of these authors call it faction, because sometimes fiction comes true.
Yeah, it does. And a lot of fiction is based on fact, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
So pretty cool. That was a cool story. I'd never heard that story before.
That is really cool. And doing the research to try to make your book or any book as realistic as possible you end up finding out just interesting things. So the thing
Yeah.
that I asked you about
Yeah.
yesterday, I'm going to ask it now. I want to see how many people in the chat knows it. So, what is the proper term for the front leg quarter of a cow?
Yeah, I had no idea.
And I didn't either. And I will agree with you, Will. It is not that easy at all as well. I've been working on mine for 10 plus years.
Yeah.
But I'm back in the swing of things now.
Yeah, I'm trying to hold everybody accountable. I know I call Russ just about every day and say, "Did you get your 1,000 words done?" Because look,
Well,
it doesn't
well
matter.
done, Patrick.
It doesn't matter if you're ever going to publish it or not. It's your words. Put them out there. Put them on paper. It doesn't matter. It's your story. You're gonna at least one person in this world is gonna think it's amazing. I promise you that. So, and you know what? They had a motivational speaker at the Vegas conference. I forget what his name was. I was probably half bottle of expensive liquor in, but he says,
Oh, that's only
"They're
2
your
drinks
words."
there.
I know. They go, "They're your words." He goes, "You might think they're important, but the government of the United States thinks they're so important that they're going to make you file into the Library of Congress and they're going to forever keep your works in the Library of Congress." And I go, "Oh, okay. Makes sense to me." So,
Yep.
yeah, Nick,
That
get
is
on
good.
it. Write it up.
Yep.
Nick, you'd have some good insight. I bet you a lot of stuff running around that brain. Claude, nope.
Nope, the
Claude.
correct term is 4/4. Nick's playing.
This, my friend, this, why do you keep changing your name all the time?
I know, right?
I wouldn't do a nonfiction about the Lala. That may get him, that may get him put in jail. There's some stuff that he's done that I know there's no statute of limitations for.
Very true. Very true.
I don't think I ever ban him either. He just changes his names constantly.
It's 4, Teresa. FORE.
Yes, when you make an application for your copyright,
ISBN and
keep your
copyright.
intellectual property, they keep a copy of that. They make you send in a PDF file, and it's forever cataloged in the Library of Congress. So there you go. That's one reason to write a book.
I see Botrix is saying there's only 4 slots left still. Is that where we're still sitting?
Yes, and those are, and of course that's for the Troy's Gate and the basic pistol class during the mountain readiness events. Yes,
Awesome.
there are 4 spots left. Now those are people that just verbally,
Right.
nobody's
Gotcha.
locked in.
Right.
Those are people who just verbally went ahead and said, "Yeah, I'd like to do it again." So,
And when we were talking about the T-shirts earlier, I did forget, guys. The drop dead date on ordering your T-shirts is 15 January.
Yep.
So we need to have all that paid and everything, and that way we can get them ordered and give the King family time to get them made and either brought to us because they're thinking about coming down, or shipped to us. And Patrick, the easiest way to sign up for your membership here is to do it from a computer.
yeah, 100%. Let me see if I can do something really weird here. Hold on.
Okay.
I got to do a incognito window.
Okay.
That way it doesn't have my login information.
Right.
And then let me go to, well, I got to be careful. You got to really be careful on Kick,
Yeah.
because
So short sleeve only, Opie, and yes, we'll ship it to you. But once again, and I do understand what you're going to say, bring the darn kids.
Yes, bring the kids with you.
Okay. So once again, make sure you email me at russellsawyer@myyahoo.com so I can make sure you get accounted for properly.
So, the way you subscribe here on Kick is you got to get on a laptop or a computer because it's easier. So when you get on the Kick, you've already got an account here, obviously, Patrick. Once you see the page, my page, you have the option to follow and then subscribe down here, and you can subscribe right there. So that's how that works. I don't know who this guy is, but he's I don't know what the f he's doing.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not only want to ask. But yeah, that's the easiest way to do it. Oh, good, Corey. So he's not bringing the kids. He's
Yeah, Corey's not bringing the kids. They're escaping. That's funny.
Javi.
The generic white guy in the model is Canva guy. He is he's
who asked
Canva
that?
guy. Freaking Patrick.
Oh, I thought it was Christy.
No.
February event. That is correct. That's the February event, and those are the T-shirts for the February event. If you want one, if you don't want one, don't buy one. But I'm not handling that. Russ is handling that 100% because it seems like every time I handle that, I lose my ass. I try to do it every time, so I break even, but I end up losing my damn ass.
Well, which is why we are doing pre-order, and that's all we're ordering. Because we ordered a few extras when we did the Tribe T-shirts, and we sold some of those, but not quite as many as we had hoped. But we do understand the economy. But guys, the T-shirts are being made by our own the King family, Matthew and his lovely wife. So we're trying to keep it within the tribe. Yep. And so Opie asked his question. Since he's here tonight, he asked his question. One dead soldier.
That's what the libations are. And I was actually really pleased with this. I don't know how much the wife bought it for, but I was really pleased with that. And I'm not a barley type of bourbon guy, but that was really good.
Yeah. And I'm running the double oak tonight.
Russ, go ahead and fly your email up on a lower third or something.
Okay. I'll put it on the caption.
Right. Yep, that'll work. That way we have it. And then we'll back over to the chat. Russell type that in real quick and then get it up there.
Working on it now. No, Opie. You don't drink Peach Crown. You don't drink apple. You're a man. Hold on.
You can act like a man. What's the matter with you?
That's what I say about drinking flavored bourbons and whiskey and stuff like that.
You can act like a man. What's the matter with you?
There you go.
Now, I will say, and I do want to try it. If I could ever get my hands on the bottle of the Blackberry Crown, I do want to try it in lemonade. I want to try it.
You can act like a man. What's the matter with you?
Well, I'm not a Hollywood Pinocchio, so for those of you that know the movie
yourself. Is that clear?
I love Elon. I never should have got this soundboard.
I know, right? There you go, guys. Russell Sawyer at myyahoo.com. So,
nice.
Matthew's in the house.
27 years. Whew.
Redbreast is good. I like Redbreast.
Oh, there you go. What else we got? We do have a giveaway. We've reached our subscriber mark.
We did.
And hold off on that a little bit.
Yep, because they might have had some extra subscribers come in.
Yeah, I'll double check, and then we'll do that. We'll do that in
15 minutes.
15 minutes. 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. We'll do the giveaway, and we are actually going to be giving away. Oh, I don't have that, but we're going to be giving away the Pathfinder cooking campaign set that I got from
Survival Gear BSO.
Survival Gear BSO. Yep.
Brian Loftus. So.
Brian Loftus. So, and I did test it out. It works fine. I like it. It'll probably go on my hike with us in February. That's because you're probably on a you're probably on a cell phone or a tablet. You need to probably get on a laptop or a desktop.
You see, yeah. I did see that Diana said she was able to do it on her phone, but I could never
can't
find
find
it.
it.
I
Yeah, I
couldn't
can't
it on
find it
mine.
on my phone. Let me look at it. Let me look real quick. Russ, fill some time.
Okay, well, I got you. I'll be checking my emails after the podcast. I am going to be hopefully by next podcast in possession of a much better computer. This one is ancient, and I will have one that can actually maybe handle the stuff without me blipping in and out, or at least on my side. So we'll be able to go from there.
What'd
Yeah,
you guys
there will
think
be-
of that Franklin Horton promo? That was pretty good.
Holy cow. Arborist is at it again. Arborist is at it again.
Who is that?
That's Bullshite Trend.
Oh, that's Pissed Off Arbor. That's Spec Ops.
Yeah. You need to
Stop.
change your name, man. No, that's FIB. That's FIB.
There you go.
Yeah. So
So
now
what we're
how
gonna
many subscribers do we have?
Well, Will's already in there.
The Mama's in there now. And then
on.
Patrick Seven got one.
Okay, hold on.
And the Opie.
Hold
So
on. Let me.
you go
I
to
gotta
you go
go
to
in.
that screen.
Okay,
And I'll read them
I'll-
all.
Okay.
Okay. Will's already on, right?
Yep.
Okay, Patrick Seven.
Oh, I got
Opie.
6. Okay.
Battle Gnome.
I'm just gonna write. I gotta write Battle now.
And the Mama.
Who's the mama? That's
That's
Chris's?
my Weatherman.
Ma Weatherman. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. So those of you that are subscribers, your chances just got lower. Good job, FIB.
Absolutely.
Okay, I got
So-
that set aside.
So my question is, guys, nobody's noticed my hat.
That's because it's camouflage. Nobody can see it.
I'm digging it, man.
I like it too. I can't wait till next week. I get my new shirts.
Yep, you'll have your new shirts next week.
Okay, so that I updated that, Russ. We're good there, I think. Oops, I messed up. Sorry. Let me fix something here. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. There you go. Okay, now they're all even.
So we know Chris is working on book 3 of the audio. You're working.
Yep, Chris Ennis is working on book 3. That should be up any time. Nick, I don't know about the padded pouch. I'm sure. I don't know. I'd get with NC Scout on that.
Wait, what was the question?
So Patrick,
Yeah.
FIB gifted you a subscription, so it won't auto renew. But what that means is he basically paid for your subscription for a month, which got you on the Wheel of
Drawing.
Death for the giveaway tonight.
And Teresa says your shirts will be there in 3 days.
Heck, I can't wait. Be sporting those bad boys.
Absolutely. Yep, Mossy Oak, Opie. That's my preferred camo around here. But So I went to
that's
get
what I was doing.
Pete's shirts embroidered, and they had this hat sitting on the counter. And I was like, "Well, can I buy the hat?" And the little girl, and I've known her for years. She says, "Well, let me ask the boss." And he goes, "He just wants the one hat," and he goes, "Yeah, let him buy it." So I got it bought and got it done. So once the boss over there says that he wants to order hats, maybe he'll order them. But you know how much of a tightwad he is.
I am a tightwad. There's no doubt about that. I'm looking on what is this? Okay, guys, if you want to subscribe on your cell phone, don't use the Kick app.
Go to
Type
the
in
website.
your browser, kick.com /Pete_Robert Tucci, and then what you're going to end up seeing. Let me try to get this again. I just subscribed to some naked chick. Damn it. The things I do.
Another one. You're the one that told me not to go down the rabbit hole. Okay, so yeah, Diana figured it out. And while Pete's doing that, pissed off arborist Patrick has yet to make it to mountain readiness, but he has informed us that he is going to try to make it in May.
This is hard to see, guys. Sorry. But next to the follow button, I ain't messing with it. Next to the follow button, that big green button right there, is a little star that just went away. That's the subscribe button. Oh, damn it. Now I just subscribed to Jake, whoever that is. There you go. $10 down the drain.
We'll try to figure it out. According to Diana, she says, go on the upper right, click on it. We'll show you your subscriptions, I'm assuming, and you can add.
Okay, there you go. Good.
Okay. Yep, I agree. Yeah, Patrick, you need to come down and hang with us, brother. And for those of you guys that don't follow Patrick7 over on X, you need to. He's got a hell of a sense of humor, and he posts some interesting stuff.
What's he go by over there?
Patrick7.
Okay. I don't know if I'm following him. I don't know about. I didn't know anything about X until Susan made me.
Yeah, but I'm telling you guys, there's a ton of information over there. You got to kind of weed through it sometimes, but you find some hilarious stuff.
I agree. All right, let's go ahead and spin this wheel.
You want to go ahead and spin the wheel, man? Yeah, go ahead and spin the wheel.
Let me double check to make sure we don't have any late add-ons. I want it to be a fair. I don't want any hanging chads or anything.
That's all that's showing in the activity feed.
Okay.
Because Ed was already on there, right? And Christy was already on there.
Yep.
So that would be it.
Oh, okay. And it looks like Pissed Off Arborist took over the #1 position for
gifting
subs. Yep. Okay, here we go. Let me pull this up, guys.
All right, share that beautiful bean footage.
Bring that up. Share that. Let's go full screen with this bad boy. All right, I'm going to give you guys about 3 minutes to look at it. Make sure your name's on there.
Yep.
And then we'll spin that bad boy. See who wins that wonderful Pathfinder cooking set from our friend Brian Loftus.
So Pissed Off Arborist asked if you have Titty Tuesday, and Diana says you have Wiener Wednesdays.
I have nothing. I can't.
Okay. Yeah, I know, right? Well,
guy always has Titty Tuesday, he says. All right, here we go. Let's roll it.
All right.
Click the spin. Oh, I gotta click it over here.
You had to click the spin. There you go. So round and round she goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. And it is stopping on. Oh, bullshit! Well done, good sir.
Didn't he just win something recently?
I don't remember. But when you mail that to him, make sure you remember to toss in some of your stickers.
Yeah, but I think I'm going to drop ship it because I'm keeping mine.
You're drop shipping it from Brian. I got you.
So bullshit. Oh yeah, he did win the Troy's Gate. Damn.
Oh,
you're all over it.
Did.
Bullshit. Send me your address, young man. You can do it on Facebook or whatever, and I will get that out to you directly, sir. Good job.
Yeah. So, I guess now we need to make the list, make it higher for the next giveaway.
Should we do 20 or 30?
Let's split the difference. 25.
All right, we'll do 25. That'll be the next giveaway. Next giveaway will be at 25. So bullshit wins the Troy's Gate and the dam. Hey, lucky. He's as lucky as Christy is.
Yeah, I know. Or Guy.
Or Guy, exactly.
Yeah. And Ed Orr's the same way, but they used all their luck over on the Angry podcast.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. What do you want to add? What do you want to leave us with, Russell?
I'm not done with my drink. We can't go nowhere yet.
Okay. I'm in. And here's what we'll do. Hold on. For those of you that are on Facebook and YouTube, we are dropping the feed right now. We're going to exclusively go over on kick.com/Pete_Robert Tucci. Come find us over there. We're going to cut loose over there for the next 15 or 20 minutes, or as long as it takes Russ to milk that drink. And we'll finish the show over there. So come see us over there on kick.com.
Bring your questions, guys, while I shut this